Welcome to another edition of the show. This week we're at one of the biggest festivals of its kind in the country, the annual Bonniconlon Show and Gymkhana. This is the horticultural tent. Very, very busy at the moment.
Yeah, super busy. And look, we've got great help here. I think there must be about 6 or 8 people serving the public. We had display tables in the middle whereby when they come in, rather than lean in on the floor, they could leave their gear in the middle of the table. We help them with the numbers. It's tricky with the numbers because there are no names, and that's not everybody's cup of tea, dealing with numbers. So, that being said, the entries are up. Like here, they're behind you, coming in the door, hydrangeas. I think I counted something like 60. So potted plant in bloom begonias, 8. Right through to field cabbage, garden cabbage.
You even have turf here, I see.
We have, and turf is up. So message for Minister Martin. The people of Bonniconlon or the West, not just Bonniconlon now. I must be fair, because there were entries from Galway, Sligo. I saw some from Headford is Galway. So not just us, but they have. Well, maybe the message is that they'll preserve the turf for entering in competition. That they're not going to burn it, but I'm not so sure about that. The entries in turf is sky high.
And you've also food produce as well.
So we have. So then there are potatoes, large potatoes, small potatoes, the biggest potato, the heaviest potato, kerspinks, early potatoes, late potatoes, you name it.
So these are all entered for a competition, and how are they judged?
With great difficulty, yes. But I am just a steward here. Well, so we'll go back to the turf. He looks at the turf, and then when he narrows down, or he or she, it's a he in this case, when he narrows it down, we have a stout rail in here. He takes 1 or 2 sods, gives it an almighty smack, and if there's a good crackle off it, you have some chance.
You have a very important job here today. You're one of the judges.
I am, Henry. I am so delighted to be here on this wonderful occasion, like such wonderful crowds of people. I'm judging the crafts. There's 2 judges of the crafts. My name's Veronica, and I'm very excited just to see all the wonderful selection of. There's bog oak, there's wood turning, there's knitting, there's paintings, for junior and senior. It's just fantastic selection of stuff. So I'm really thrilled to be here looking at all these amazing things. Yeah, it's wonderful.
So it makes your job very difficult. I mean, what will you be looking for?
Oh, wow. It is actually very tricky because as I've seen, everything is really, really fabulous. Like, it's really high standard. I'd be looking for the amount of effort and time that's gone into it, the finish, say like the bogwood, like the nice smooth finish. If there's a sculpture, how much time they would have carved with that piece. So, yeah, there's a few little hints that will give me the first, second and third.
Absolutely fantastic this year. After being 3 years away with COVID, and we're all back and we're all looking for a day out. And actually a lot of us, even locally here in Bonniconlon, have done entries. They could never do entries before, we're all doing it. I'm Barbara Meir and I have Uncle Martin here beside me, and we all have entries because we want to be involved, we want people to be here. It's a wonderful day for everybody, and the weather is good. We have tarts, cakes, brown bread, eggs,
jam,
big jam, you name it.
We have our Ireland finals. We have 10 Ireland finals up there on the Bacon area. And we have crafts, a lot of crafts going on, photographs, pictures, all types of crafts and wood turning stuff over there.
Lads, you have a very unusual job today.
Oh, we're going around delivering food to all the shorts.
So where do you get the food from?
We'll get it here in the canteen beside us, and we'll go around and look after everyone on the gates and on the roads coming through.
Yeah, and how often do you do that today now?
Oh, geez, we'd be flat out all day, going around keeping everyone fed and watered.
And any special demands from the stewards? Any particular dishes they're looking for?
More tea. More tea.
And bags of crisps.
Yeah.
That's the main menu.
Main one. And cans of Coke. Keep them going.
Okay, and how many stewards and how long does it take you to get around to them all?
Well, we spent an hour, I'd say, going from here to the top of the road, and we still another 3 roads to do. So we'll be another whiling.
Well, a very important job anyway.
Very, very important job. Have to keep them fed and watered.
They had 40 acres with cattle as he struggled through life with the child and no wife. And she was one hell
The Bonniconlon Show was opened this year by RTE personality Nuala Carey, who has very strong Mayo connections.
My surname is Carey, which is a Cork surname. Dad was from Cork. But maybe what people aren't as aware of is that my mum was a Brennan before she got married. So mom is Mayo through and through, born and raised out in Mayo Abbey towards Castlebar way. So actually, even as a child when I was growing up, you know, Dad was a big Cork supporter, obviously, but we were probably one of very few houses in our Dublin little cul-de-sac. He used to have the Mayo flag out the window every time they played, and I always supported Mayo for Mom, you know, so we're still proud, sometimes heartbroken Mayo fans, but really proud of my Mayo roots, yeah.
And coming down here to officially open the Bonniconlon Show, it's the first time for you here.
It is, yeah, and I was delighted, and Henry, you played a big part in that, so thank you very much. So I was thrilled to be invited down, and you know, it's very special, I suppose, when you're recognised from the county that you come from, and I'm a Mayo supporter, like born and bred in Dublin, but I support Mayo. So it was just so lovely to come down, and I know for the people living and volunteering at the show, they haven't had the show for the last 2 years. So everybody's on a high and everybody's full of smiles. And even though, you know, the weather has been a little up and down, like nobody is put off by that. And everybody's in such good form. And the welcome that Mom and I have got has just been amazing. So we're having a blast, and we haven't even started really looking around yet.
Yeah, and you're getting a lot of, I suppose, a bit of slagging, as they call it here, over the weather, and that when you're going to officially open, the weather's going to change. And it actually did change for the better as well.
Well, I was very lucky, Henry. I suppose, I tell you, I was lucky on the double because I was the last speaker, because I was to officially open the show, but actually by that point, you're right, the rain had cleared. Now, I was prepared, but I see everybody else was as well. We all had the rain jacket. I have the sunglasses, though, in the handbag still. So, yeah, sure, it's gentle slagging. But I get that all the time, Henry. If people aren't asking for a weather forecast, they're asking for the lotto numbers. And I don't mind. You know me, I chat away, and sure, listen, I have a laugh about the Irish weather. What can you do? It's changeable.
And you're going to do a bit of cooking, I believe, this afternoon.
Yeah, well, that was kind of sprung on me, and I wouldn't be the best cook in the world, although I try. So I'm not sure how well I'll do, but I'll give it my best, and hopefully luck will be on my side.
It was great to see you in Bonniconlon, home from London. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you, Henry. Great to see you, boy. Yeah. You're the first man that brought me to Ireland on a tour, you know, back in 1988.
Great God.
Yeah, never forget it.
Yeah. How did it go, by the way?
Oh, good, man. I'm still here, anyways, and still tipping away, well.
Yeah. And you always do a fantastic Irish tour when you come over, don't you?
Well, I'm here now. I'm here now since last Friday, and I'm here till the end of September. Having the night off, Henry. I've been very lucky, Henry. I've had. Since 1988 now, I've been very lucky with the transit van and Pakistani Pat, the mighty man from Mayo.
Yeah, fair play to you. John, back again. I'm sure you're delighted to be back after an absence of 2 years on your committee.
Yeah, we're delighted to be back. Now, it was a hard bit of work by all the committee, both sponsors. It was hard to get them back. hard to get people to work, to go to take the chance and go away from home and come out. But fair play to them all. They came out, they helped us. We have hundreds of stewards and hundreds of families for the last couple of weeks. And you know, when you leave stuff up for 3 years, very hard to get it back and get it working. And to get the dedication there again, because them all have developed different hobbies and different things, and to leave that and come back and help us. So all I want to say is to say thanks to them, because they didn't leave us. Yesterday evening at 6 o'clock, we had the place prepared and well ready. So I want to thank all of them people, the stewards, near and far, because they all came in. If they said they came, none of them stayed at home. They were all here this morning. They were here yesterday evening. They were here for the last number of weeks. And it did take a lot of work, to be quite honest, because, as I said before, when you're stale and you have to start off, it takes a big lot of work.
And are you happy so far with the day?
We were expecting rain here today, but thank God very little has come. It's only a little bit of a mist, and the people are thronging in the gates. So, it'd be disappointing if we didn't see anything. We had a lot of money spent, and you'd be just hoping you get your bills paid. But hopefully we'll work out even at the end of the day, because it is an expensive operation. It's 187,000 3 years ago to run, and this one will be a bit more. We have a lot of music on today. We have Mike Denver, we have Declan Nerney, we have Seamus Moore, and tonight in the dance hall, the Old Grove Ballroom, we have Jerry Guthrie. So I think there's entertainment for everyone. We also have 2 stunt shows down here, one on motorbikes, and I believe he can go 20 metres into the sky with his motorbike up a ramp, and he comes down on some kind of a base. But I tell you, I wouldn't like doing it anyway, Henry.
Where have you come from?
Inniscrone.
Inniscrone as well. Yeah, and why did you decide to come to the Bonniconlon Show?
Well, it was just that right age for the girls, and we'd like to bring them up and see it. It's only at the road from us, and having a great day so far, aren't we?
Going on all the rides, aren't you?
And seeing all the moo-moos and the sheep. Yeah. It's a nice family day out. Do you know, something to look forward to.
Here today at the Bonniconlon Show?
I'd be one of the stewards here over the cattle section. So in total we have 4 rings on the go, from commercial cattle to pedigree Angus, limousine, Shirley cementals, and we do commercial cattle in rings. So yeah, that's it.
And is it as good as other years now, the cattle, people bring the cattle?
There would, yeah. Some great quality cattle, yeah. Yeah, there would be something on par of other years, yeah.
And I see there's some competition going on here now. They're announcing the prizes of the winners here.
Yeah, this is what they call an interbreed. So the pedigrees, they judged separate, and then when they come into interbreed, they judge them, you know, but in the different breeds. And again, so after that class, then will be the champion commercial is being judged over in this ring, and then at the finish they'll judge the overall animal of the show, and that's of all the winners of all the breeds. They'll come in to the overall.
And what does the champion of champions get?
Well, they get the honour of being the champion on the day. Yeah.
Chairman of the IFA, Mayo IFA, of course, you've been part of Bonniconlon Show for many years now.
Yes, IFA have had a presence here in Bonniconlon Show for a long time. We're part of the landscape here at this stage, yes.
And of course, over the years, there's been many changes in farming, hasn't there?
Oh, a lot of changes. We've had the increases, and we've had the quotas going, and we've all increased and followed advice, and now we have a change of tune, of course, at the moment, and we all have to turn around and face the opposite way almost, which is...
So what's the biggest challenge now facing farmers here in the west of Ireland in particular?
Well, it's a survival with the current rules that are coming in, and IFA are trying to keep sense in the proposals that we're part of the global situation more so than the Irish situation. It's a global problem. The emissions, not only a national problem, and it needs to be tackled globally rather than just pinning it down, and they're putting too much weight on the agricultural sector to solve the problem for Ireland.
Farmers are being penalised for all the wrongdoings.
Yes, we have produced the food, and we're the most efficient producers of food in the world. And if we don't produce that food here, it'll be produced elsewhere with more damage done to the globe.
So today now, very important for you to go out and meet farmers here. They're coming to you. So what's the main topic that they're coming to you with?
The main topic, of course, is what has happened recently is the Climate Act and the emissions. The fact that we have to do 25% cut in emissions, and they're wondering what effect that's going to have on their farms. And that's our job at the moment, is explaining to farmers where they're situated at the moment with the emissions cut and how their business is going to survive.
And great to be back at Bonniconlon after an absence of 2 years. We're here in the food quarter, Mayo.ie. This is a great marquee, isn't it, throughout the day?
It is, absolutely. There's a whole lot of things going on here as part of the Bonniconlon Show. There's a number of exhibitors, and there's also the food quarter. So we're delighted to have Ronan Fox that's coordinating all the activities of the food stand here. So to give you an idea of what's going on, so there's a children craft pizza workshop, so there'll be lots of making pizza with children. There's a nutrition discussion on how to improve dietary nutrition intake, which is, very important in this day and age. Also, there's a live action competition cook-off, and there's some very interesting people who's going to be part of that. I'm not allowed to say at this stage, but we have some very, very interesting people, so that'll be a lot of fun a little later. And we have another kind of demonstration and talk on improving nutrition at home for the family.
Okay, and you have your own stand here as well, promoting Mayo tourism. Good interest in that today?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, there's a lot of diaspora that comes to the Bonniconlon Show. It's the biggest agricultural show outside of the national championships. So it's the biggest one for Connacht. So we're delighted to welcome all our diaspora back. All the many visitors from the region and all of the people that are holidaying in the area. So yeah, we have a lot of information about Mayo, and anybody, whether you're even local and you want to know what's going on in terms of activities and outdoor activities and all of the new attractions, we have it all here, and we'll be only too happy to share it with visitors here to the Bonniconlon Show today.
Father Peyton Centre is a great place to visit. Just there in Attimass, we're open 7 days a week for the summertime. We have a lovely presentation on the life of Father Peyton. We have lovely gardens, lovely chapels, a peaceful place to visit. We have the tea room as well, of course, and the world famous apple tarts and scones. So it is a good place to visit. And we have accommodation now as well. We have a 7-bedroom residential unit. So, any tourists coming to the Mayo area, we do have accommodation for them. So
Father Stephen, at what stage now is the Father Peyton's beatification process? Yeah.
Well, there is a process, and it's a very lengthy process. He's now a venerable, and we're hoping for some verifiable miracles that would, put him up to the next. Now, I don't know if Mayo winning the Sam Maguire accounts for a miracle, but we're still praying for it.
You go to all the shows around the country.
Well, I try my best to go to the best shows in the country. This one certainly would be the biggest we would do outside Balmoral up in Belfast. And as the weather would show you, it's not very kind to us today, but the crowd still have came and they're supporting the show. And I have to say, they're still spending money.
Yeah. And what's it like to be back after the whole lockdown and that?
Beautiful to be out again. We're meeting old faces, making new relationships, and there's a great feel-good factor out here.
You've been coming here for quite a few years.
Probably about 12 years, yes.
Yeah. And how does this compare to the other ones?
I'll probably know at the end of the day, but so far it's looking to be probably one of the best.
Delighted to be joined with former Mayo Person of the Year, great businessman in Newport in County Mayo, just after the Rome Festival. Lovely to see you in Bonniconlon, Sean.
It's beautiful to be here. It's fantastic. It's a lovely show. Everything is so well organised. Look at behind you. Look at that. Yeah. Isn't it fantastic? Made by Mayo people. It's great. Unbelievable.
And you'd have a great interest in the food section here, being a butcher yourself.
Look, I love to see food being presented the way it is here. Like, go back there and look at carrots. They're unbelievable. They're dressed up in every bloody way. It's great.
So it's a day off for you today,
It's a day, no, it's not. It's a learning day for me today. You walk around and learn. That's it. It's always a learning day.
Yeah, and all good down in Newport.
Thanks for the crowd, great. Everything is fantastic. There's no point in complaining. Nobody listens to you.
Well, look, and enjoy the day here, Sean.
I will, of course.
Oh, yeah. Willie, of course, you're always part and parcel of the Bonniconlon Show over the years. You do a bit of wood turning, and I know you have something on display here today.
Well, I haven't done anything on display here. I'm judging the woodwork here today, the wood turning and all the different crafts that's here today. And look, it's great to see it. Maybe there should be more on the tables, but look, when you see everything that's around here, it's unbelievable. Like, and the amount of work that goes into all this, and even the amount of work that John O'Hara and his committee goes to. It's a great show, and long may it last. We lost 2 years now, and so look, we're back in action again now, Henry, and with the help of God, we'll keep it more.
Mike, it's great to see you back in Bonniconlon after an absence of 2 years. The weather's never been kind to us, so we've been down here.
Well, we've had 1 or 2 good years here in Bonniconlon for weather, but this year and the last time we were here was 2019. It's hard to believe another washout. So fingers crossed we're going to get maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours of good weather, and we'll get everybody out on the dance floor and everybody enjoy themselves. Is what the day is really about.
Do you enjoy doing shows like this?
I do. I don't enjoy singing in the rain now, but however, we'll have to get through it for the day. It is. Shows like this are great. If the weather is good, they're great, because you've a wide mix of young and old. You've everybody, of people who would be followers of us, people who would have never seen us before. So it's a great opportunity to play the music to a different crowd. So we have to make do with what we have, Henry.
Yeah. And how are things going in general since you've gone back on the road now?
Great. It's been very different. It's not like it was, but it's getting back. It's definitely getting back. Things are going in the right direction. People are getting more confident. People are coming back out. So we can't ask for any more. Just people come out and enjoy themselves.
And what about, do you prefer the dancing or do you prefer the concert singing?
I've no favourite. I've no favourite. Whether it's all to do with the day. It's all to do with the crowd. It's to do with the atmosphere. It could be a great day doing a dance, and it could be an amazing concert, or it could be a great day in the field here. You just can never point your finger when it's going to be good or what's going to happen. But hopefully this bit of rain stays away and we have a wonderful day here in Bonniconlon.
And finally, just want to ask you, what about recording now, AJ?
Recording, yeah, I'm back in the studio. I've just started back really in the last couple of weeks. So I'm back in early this week now, starting doing a few vocals and stuff. So yeah, looking forward to getting a few new songs out. It's been a while since I had an album. The whole thing was slowed down with the slowdown for the couple of years of COVID. So yeah, back though now. We're going to have lots of new stuff coming out shortly.
How's your family doing as well?
Family is great, yeah. But Liz, my wife, and my daughter Mia, both great. So they are. It's been a great time. It was perfect time for me, really. If I was to tell the truth about it, I got to spend 2 great years at home, which I never would have. But it's great being back now. It's great to be back on the road. So we're loving it.
And it's great to see you back in Bonniconlon as well.
Great to be back in Bonniconlon.
Well, that's it for this week. Just congratulations to John O'Hara and his hard-working committee for another exceptional, wonderful event. And we look forward indeed to be back with them next year on the Bank Holiday, August Monday. So until next week at the same time, slán go fóill.
Howl at the moon and kick out the chair. It's an old-fashioned pub crawl down the street. Play it burning down, get up on your feet. Hey ho, now what do you say? All right. It's Galway City on a Saturday night. In with a swagger and ready to deal. Out with a stagger and a broke